Welcome back, everyone. Today we are learning about a unique character in the Invincible series. That's right, none other than Mark's half-brother, Oliver Grayson. Let's discuss this interesting character as I draw him. Oliver Grayson is a powerful and important character in the Invincible series. Although he may not be as well known as his older half-brother Mark Grayson, also known as Invincible, Oliver has a story filled with challenges, emotional struggles, and major growth. His life is shaped by his complicated origins, the absence of his father, and the strong but imperfect bond he shares with his adoptive family. Oliver was born on the alien planet Thraxa. His father is Nolan Grayson, also known as Omni-Man, a powerful Viltrumite who originally came to Earth as part of a plan to conquer it. His mother, Andressa, is a native of Thraxa. Since Viltrumite DNA is incredibly dominant, Oliver aged much faster than a normal human. Even though he was born years after Mark, he quickly caught up in size and power. When Nolan and Andressa fled from the Viltrumite Empire, they were hiding out in Thraxa. But eventually Nolan returned to Earth with Oliver, hoping to reconnect with Mark and to raise Oliver in a safer environment. This was not an easy transition. Earth was strange and dangerous for someone like Oliver, and he had to learn how to fit in both physically and emotionally. One of the most painful parts of Oliver's story is growing up without his biological father, Nolan. After arriving on Earth, Nolan was soon taken prisoner by the Viltrumite Empire. This left Oliver without his father during some of the most important years of his development. Losing Nolan, especially just after meeting him, left Oliver confused, angry, and emotionally unstable. Without Nolan's guidance, Oliver struggled with understanding his place in the world. He had a hard time learning how to control his powers, how to manage his emotions, and how to understand right from wrong. This often led to rash decisions, like rushing into fights or acting out without thinking things through. His sense of identity was shaking, and he constantly felt like he didn't fully belong. Mark Grayson, Oliver's half-brother, stepped in as a mentor and protector, and he tried to help Oliver learn how to live like a human and how to use his powers responsibly. But Mark was still young himself and dealing with his own trauma from Nolan's betrayal. This made it hard for him to be a perfect role model, even though he tried his best. Debbie Grayson, Mark's mother, also became a major part of Oliver's life. She took care of him and treated him like her own son. Her support helped give Oliver a stable home, but raising a fast-growing, superpowered alien wasn't easy. Debbie's efforts gave Oliver the love and structure he needed, but even she couldn't replace the father figure he had lost. At first glance, Oliver had something that Mark didn't have growing up, a complete family. He lived with his adoptive mother and brother, and even had memories of his birth parents. But this structure wasn't as solid as it seems. His father had disappeared again. His mother was on another planet, and Mark and Debbie were each dealing with their own emotional scars. As a result, Oliver often acted out. He struggled to understand boundaries, and sometimes he made dangerous choices, believing he was doing the right thing. This shows that even a family that seems whole on the outside can have deep cracks underneath. Oliver's behavior reminds us that emotional support and open communication are just as important as having a family physically present. Like his father and brother, Oliver has Viltrumite powers. This includes super strength, speed, flight, and near invulnerability. Because of his alien genes from Thraxa, he also looks different. He's aging much faster. This made him feel even more like an outsider on Earth. As he grows, Oliver becomes more involved in superhero battles and the fight against the Viltrumite Empire. His raw power makes him a valuable ally, but his lack of experience and emotional maturity can make him unpredictable. Over time, though, he starts to learn from his mistakes and become a more reliable hero. Oliver Grayson is a character shaped by both greatness and pain. Born of two worlds, raised by a broken but loving family, and burdened by the absence of his father, he represents the struggle of finding identity in a world that doesn't always make sense. With the support of Mark and Debbie, Oliver begins to understand who he is and what kind of hero he wants to be. His story is a powerful reminder that even when life is hard and families are messy, growth is always possible, with love, patience, and a lot of courage. And that's a wrap on today's video. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate you spending time with us. This is Naser Subashi. Keep on creating, keep on dreaming, and most importantly, don't forget to have some fun in the process. Until next time.